everyone, welcome to day 2 of hatching eggs with Mrs. Bray. And I know, we're actually hatching chicks, but it just doesn't rhyme. So we're going to call it hatching eggs with Mrs. Bray. And as day 2, our chick looks a little bit different, but not too different. I will show you the inside of what our eggs look like right now. And yesterday we learned about the germ spot, and our germ spot today has gotten bigger. And not only do we have a germ spot, but we also can see the formation of veins. And those veins are actually going to be the veins of our little chick. And those veins are going to pump blood to and from his heart, and actually to his heart, and be part of our little chick. So our chick is growing so quickly. In just 2 days, he already has veins. Okay, so on day 2, I want to share a little fun fact with you that I just learned myself, and it is this, that a chicken actually has what's called ultraviolet vision. And I will be honest with you, it is a very heavy scientific term that even reading over and over again articles about it, I still don't 100% understand it. But what it means is that they can see better than human beings can see. And which I thought was crazy, because I always thought that chickens had bad vision, and that's why they're always running around. But they don't. They have better vision than you and me. And they can tell somehow with this ultraviolet vision if their eggs are viable or not. Viable means that there's actually a chick growing inside the egg. And the mother hen can tell if there is a chick growing, even when it looks like this, yesterday's egg. Okay, so keep that in mind, because we have to do something else in order to determine if our eggs are viable. Right now, we have 24 eggs in here, and we have no idea yet if a chick is actually forming in any of these eggs, because chickens can lay eggs without a rooster. But chickens need a rooster in order to have eggs that can hatch as chicks. Just like you have a mom and a dad, a baby chick needs a hen and a rooster. So we don't know if these eggs were hatched by just the mom, and because that's what the hens do. Those are like the eggs that you get in the supermarket. Those eggs would never be chicks. Or if these eggs are fertilized and have a dad. So they might be, they might not. And you'll find out soon how we're going to be able to tell that. Because we're not mother hens, and we do not have ultraviolet vision, so we can't tell yet. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm going to read you a fun story, and then I'll show you the eggs, which don't look any different than yesterday, which is so that you can see them. And then we'll move on. This is called The Most Wonderful Egg in the World. It's written and illustrated by Helm Hein. It's kind of a fun story. It's not a factual story, and you'll see what I mean by that. Once upon a time, a long time ago, 3 hens were quarreling about which one of them was the most beautiful. Dottie had the most beautiful feathers. Stalky had the most beautiful legs. And Plumey had the most beautiful crest. The crest is that on his head. That's called the crest. Since they could not settle their quarrel among themselves, they decided to ask the king for his advice. What you can do is more important than what you look like, said the king. Whichever one of you lays the most wonderful egg, I will make a princess. So that's his deal. He went out into the palace park, followed by all the hens in his kingdom. Dottie preened her beautiful feathers before settling herself in the wet grass. It was not long before she cackled, stood up, and stepped aside. Everybody was speechless. There lay an egg, snow white, spotless, and perfectly shaped. The eggshell shimmering like polished marble. This is the most perfect egg I have ever seen, cried the king, and all the hens nodded. Then it was Stocky's turn. Everybody felt a little sorry for her. They knew she could not lay a more perfect egg. It was impossible. After 10 minutes, Stalky cackled, got up, and stretched her legs proudly in the morning sun. The king clapped his hands for joy. There lay an egg of such size and weight that even an ostrich would have been jealous. Oh my goodness. "This is the biggest egg I have ever seen," cried the king, and all the hens nodded. While they were still nodding, Plumie settled herself carefully on the ground. Everybody felt extremely sorry for her. They knew she could not lay a more perfect or bigger egg. It was unthinkable. Modestly, with cast-down eyes, she sat there. You ready for this? Then, with only a small cackle, she got up to reveal an egg that would be talked about for the next 100 years. Before them lay a square egg. Look at that egg. Each side was straight as if it were drawn by a ruler. Each surface shone in a different color. "This is indeed the most fantastic egg I have ever seen," cried the king, and all the hens nodded. I don't think we have any square eggs in our incubator. It was impossible to say which egg was the most wonderful, so the king decided that all 3 hens, Dottie, Stalky, and Plumie, should be made princesses. And from that day to this, they have been the best of friends and have happily gone on laying extraordinary eggs. Okay, I'm going to show you the eggs and then we'll say goodbye till tomorrow. So here's our eggs today, turning in their incubator at 100.5 degrees, and they don't look any different. So thank you for watching. See you soon.